are listening to a Daydreamers podcast, and we are the Daydreamers.
Yeah.
I am Erin.
I am K'Shana.
And she was on her cue. She was on her mark.
Ooh.
Yay.
Ooh. Coming through this week.
Yay.
Let's see if we can be consistent.
All right. And a Daydreamers podcast is a reminder to do what makes you happy. K'Shana, what are you doing to make yourself happy?
Let me tell you something.
Tell me.
About that.
Tell me.
So I am, okay, y'all know I've been like working back out.
Yes.
Again. But like I'm trying to get consistent. So I got a little chart and it's on my refrigerator. It's like a chart and then like a calendar. But it's like it's whatever. So just know.
You got an accountability calendar.
Yeah, and it's cute. It got like the liquid chalk markers. They come in like the different colors and whatnot. So I'm like, ooh, you know, I'm somebody, whatever. We're organized. You know, class done started back. So we need we need to get our, you know, you got to get your shit together when class start back. We're out here living wild. So that's what I've been doing on purpose to make myself happy is to work out because that does make me happy. Is to take hip-hop cardio classes and also Zumba. Y'all know I used to be an instructor and I kind of miss it. I'm be real, let me tell you something. I went in there Thursday and I was ready. I had my life together.
Right.
You know, my attitude was together. I was listening to like Mount Everest and you know that song Mount Everest ain't got shit on me. That I was ready. You know, attitude on 10. You know what? I got this. I'm going to the front.
Right.
Front row. Mm-hmm. You know what? Not the center, but front row off center. You know, that's close. You know, and I'm like, I got this. I'm finna kill this class. What? My body betrayed me 15 minutes in. I'm gonna just tell you.
It'd be like that.
'Cause my back locked up.
Not locked.
Oh my God. And so everything after 15 minutes, it's an hour class now. Everything after 15 minutes was bullshit to my body. My body was like, get us out of here.
But you were there.
But I was in the front. I couldn't stop. You know, I was in the front. So I was up there doing a poor job. At one point, I was looking at the ceiling, and you know how like babies be looking at the ceiling, you try to see what they're looking at,
right?
So Jenny looked up. I was looking up, then I saw Jenny look up, like, what's she looking at? I was like, oh, ain't shit up there. I'm just praying, because look, right. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this.
Right.
And then she goes, oh, we're halfway there. We got 30 more minutes. And I'm like, girl, you're lying.
But that's how you used to be when we were in your class. I'm just gonna say that.
But that's not. I'm not used to being on the receiving end of that so much. And I my thing is that but I was ready. Like my spirit and my heart was ready for class that day, but my body was not. I thought, you know, your mind be telling you can do stuff.
Right.
And your body will swiftly remind you
that you can't.
You're not ready. And also, I came in prepared. It's like, oh, is she calling on me today? Oh, it's up.
Right.
It's up. I got
to do some routines.
It's up. It's up. Girl.
You was like, please don't call my name.
Whoa.
Please don't call my name. Were they old routines or were they new ones?
They're old, girl. They're old, but you know they new to me again because you know I'm remembering half of it. So I just I was like, oh no, you're not ready. No, I wasn't ready. You know, but I went today, and guess what? Body did not betray me. I am a certain lady of age. I had to stretch before class. We did that because we're not who we used to be.
Right.
You got to stretch before you leave the house because you can't just be. You know, I learned.
You can't just be busting it out there.
Right. You can't just be like, hi, squat. No. You can't just do that, apparently. You know, new lesson for me. But I went in and today was 100% different. And I also taught 2 routines. Not only did I teach 2 routines, apparently I did it so well that when I left, when we were all leaving, classes being dismissed, people were asking me where I currently teach and where they could take my classes because they absolutely loved that. And I was like, oh girl, I ain't there yet. I'm here, but I ain't there. You know, like I'm her, but I ain't her.
Right.
Not right now. Not yet. So we'll see what happens with my consistency and things like that. I do miss it. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But it was just nice for people, you know, to hear some appreciation and to hear them like, oh my God, I love, you know.
Other than me.
Yeah,
because I tell you all the time.
You count,
okay.
But you know it's different when it's like a stranger, you know. So, but anyway, that's what happened. It was the story of I don't know, resurrection. I don't know, because I thought I was about to be out of here on Thursday. I'm not even gonna hold you. I did.
Well, me and Ragnar have been doing our morning walk, a little bit of a jog. You know, I'm happy. I've been consistent about that this week. this week I haven't been doing it as much because it was raining in the morning. But I was prepared for us to get out there and me and Ragnar do what we do.
I'm proud of you because you have started this new journey in a new setting with new restrictions on time. And you have still been able to adhere to the other goals that you have outside of your career, which is amazing. I think nobody talks about how difficult that can be, but it's difficult, and you're a mother.
Yes.
So,
and I'm somebody's wife.
And
too.
a wife. You know, so.
That's tough.
You know,
a lot of work.
It's a lot. And then to be able to still be able to do some things that go towards your own personal goals. I think that's wonderful because a lot of times that gets lost. Yeah. You know, and all the other stuff that we have to do.
And it's hard. It's really hard. It's easy for the other things to take over. It's so easy. Like, I'll have to literally put my foot down and put my foot down to me, not put my foot down to anybody else. It's to me. And be like, Erin, you will sit here and do absolutely nothing. You will sit here and listen to 10 minutes of this audiobook. You will take a shot. You will, you will chill out in the shower for however long you want to. Like, I have to put my foot down and make myself do those things. But you have to, like, carve it out until it becomes, like, second nature. And you may be like, why is it not second nature? Because you're about to be 2 years at this. But it's been a long 2-year journey for me to get here. And it's still going. But as my therapist always tells me, I always have homework. I ask for homework too. And if it's not this, it's always this and something else. But my homework is always to give myself grace. And some weeks it's like to give myself grace in other areas. And so my homework for this week was to give myself grace as far as like my new job and like my schedule. But honestly, like, and I was totally prepared for it, but I didn't have to give myself grace with that. I had to give myself grace in other areas, like I said before, like how all my conveniences, all these services and things that we have to make our lives more convenient actually were becoming a huge inconvenience for me. So I was giving myself grace in that area. But anyway, all that to say, that's what I've been doing to make myself happy. I've been giving myself grace. And then I also reached out to my spin instructor because I hadn't talked to her since I went on my cruise. And I was saying I'm going on vacation. And I had a couple of weeks of like Zipporah being sick and work being crazy. So I had already kind of fell off schedule and behind. But I was like, I'm going on vacay. Then I got this new job. So it's in the office. It's a set time, so I'm not going to be flexible as I was before.
It's different.
But I was like, I just want you to know that I didn't bail. Like, I still want to do this. I'm just letting the dust settle.
You're going to do it.
Yeah. So, I just letting the dust settle and everything. And she was like, girl, you're fine. I said, well, I just didn't want you to think that I was just flaking out. She was like, I don't think that at all. Like, you're fine. Just get comfortable and set up with your job and things. And then Zipporah is now taking ballet and,
she's so cute. She's a tiny dancer. She's so precious.
I don't know how that's working out. But she's only had 2 ballet classes. I don't know how it's working out. But anyway, she was just like, basically, like, I know you're not flaking out. Like, it's fine. I was like, I'm just trying to touch bases with you. So if I was supposed to have been called you, she's like, well, I was supposed to have been called you. So it's all good. So that's still in the works. That's something I still want to do. And I still want to train for it because I just don't know when that opportunity will come.
Because you gotta stay ready.
Yeah.
So you don't have to get ready. And also, I forgot to say, shout out to my accountability partner. I couldn't say that word. It got like stuck. Accountability. Shout out to my accountability partner and partner in general because he's been amazing. So we've both been like on those same trajectory to just make better choices health-wise, physical, and also like what we're putting into our bodies as well. I ain't made it back to all the way vegan, but
you make attempts.
We're being conscious.
You did have watermelon today.
I had mad watermelon and mango. I blended it together for the ultimate lemonade.
Right.
With no lemon. So is that
she
lemonade?
She did have
still?
a piece of fried fish when she came to my house.
That's not the point. We wasn't supposed to. Didn't nobody ask. You just volunteering information at this point.
It's a process.
But look, what we gonna have for dinner? I don't know. Probably more watermelon. Real talk. I'm tired, y'all.
No, I'm probably gonna have to cook. Like I had a meal. We ordered pizza last night, but I ate all of my pizzas, so I'm gonna have to cook. And the only thing I got in, what I want to cook for the week, I want to cook that on Sunday, so I can have more of it during the week. I'm cooking a chicken taco soup.
I was gonna ask you if you made that. I remember you.
So tonight may be a hamburger helper night.
Right, that's all right. Erin got me wanting some damn hamburger helper because she been talking about this all week, and I'm like, you know what used to be fire as hell when I ain't had no money, and we was in a little ass apartment. I was like freshly married and like trying to make shit work, with like money wise. I ain't had nothing. I wasn't getting paid nothing. Like, look, man, let me tell you something about some tuna helper.
See, I used to just eat that when I was growing up.
No,
I love tuna helper. I wasn't big on hamburger when I was a kid, but tuna helper, I love me some tuna.
You get you like that's $1.50 a box.
And no, it's not.
And like, well, $1.66 now or something.
Maybe $2.
Nah, it ain't $2. I know it ain't $2. Even with inflation, like them helpers.
Well, you know what? It's probably because
it wasn't
was
the family size.
The 2 box.
Okay,
yeah.
so like the 1 box side, I'm gonna tell you about the one. You bet you got your $1.50. You probably got some milk. You know, if you ain't got no milk, you down bad. Use some water, you be all right. And then, like, you just add extra garlic powder to it. It's fine. And then you get you, like, them 2 cans of Great Value. We made that work. And I jazzed it up by adding broccoli and or spinach.
You're fancy.
I thought I was somebody. I was like, fettuccine.
Okay,
You better come on. This is $5.
Okay, what was Sandra? What's her name? Sandra, the semi-homemade?
Girl, I don't know.
About?
I don't know.
She used to always make cocktails when she did her, y'all know who I'm talking about. Sandra, what's her name? Anyway, she was semi-homemade on HGTV, on the cooking channel.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the Barefoot Contessa. I remember her.
I like her.
I remember her. Mm-hmm. I don't remember.
Her and Jeffrey.
And what's the guy? He would talk about science, but it was like food. He would tell you how bacon worked.
I have no
clue. Not bacon like swine bacon, but like baking. I'm just country.
Oh, baking.
Yeah, okay. I knew you didn't know what I mean.
And I was like,
I just country. God, so country. Anyway. Yeah, you did that, and I almost did it. I almost got it, and I bet you if I would eat that right now, it'd probably tear me up. I know it would. I'm old. I can't just be
eating salt like that, eating pork like that.
Any of it. Like, it's so processed.
It's so good though.
I bet it is. It's like I can remember the taste. But every time I feel like I remember what something tastes like, for the most part, I'll say 80% of the time, some stuff that like used to be like mad good, I'll eat it today and it's like, gross. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Okay. So, so what do you have going on? What's been up?
School started back, so
you finna be ghost.
You know, psychology, statistics. First of all, statistics by itself is bad enough. Like, I like psychology, so I ain't shitting on psychology or whatever, but, like, you're going to combine the two. Like, why is the math in it? Like, why you got to...
There's numbers?
Yeah, but it's letters in it. Like, what we doing? Why?
I can't deal with statistics, period.
I can read a chart. Like, it's about, like, you know, learning how to analyze data in certain ways and learning how to, like, put it into... Oh, help. Oh, God. I'm so scared.
Do you have a buddy?
I'm a fine one. Because I don't know what I'm going to do. We took there's a pre-assessment just to see where you are, because the professor just kind of wants to know like the general level of the class. Girls, 20 points. What was it? I made like an 8. It was extra credit. So, you know.
No wrong answer.
You know, on a higher note, my summer classes, I made A's in both of those.
That's good.
Because, yes.
So how many more classes do you have to take until you can graduate?
Girl, I'm finna be in school forever. It don't make no damn sense.
You're not even coming in as a traditional student. You already had credits and stuff from before.
Exactly, but did they count for what it is that I'm doing now? A lot of them did not.
Oh.
So I'm gonna be there for forever. So y'all, I'm in school full time.
It's already been a year, right?
It has. This makes a year, and I don't skip any sessions like I do. Spring, summer, fall, I go year round. Mm-hmm. Even doing that, it's gonna be like a year and a half.
That's normal.
That's a lot for me.
A year and a half left, or a year and a half total?
Including summer, like left.
Oh, okay.
Left.
Left.
I'm
because some people get their masters, like if they just go full time, like a year and a half.
Master's, like, I thought it was 2 years plus your internship.
Girl,
2 years of school plus, like, I mean, your intern, like,
it just seems like I blink and they've already got their masters.
Your clinicals or whatever.
Are you talking about psychology?
Or social.
I'm talking about. Oh, okay. See, I don't know nothing about them fields. I'm talking about just in general. It seems like it's just like a year and a half for like a master's.
Oh, I don't know.
Because some people be getting their master's and it's like, didn't you just start? Like,
I think
it's literally like you're blinking.
my partner got his master's in business. Was it business? So what is it? MBA, whatever. I think that's 2 years.
Business administration.
There you go. Yeah, I don't even know what it stands for. Cause math, I don't fucking know. I don't know. You know.
I'm not getting one unless whatever I'm working, like my work at the time will dictate what, if I go back and get it. Because why?
Do it if you feel like it's necessary.
That's the thing.
If you would like it.
See, like right now, I don't feel like it's necessary. Like if I get further in my work, whether it's like working for somebody or working for myself, like that's going to dictate if I do and what I do it in. My issue before was school, because I attempted to go back. You heard me say attempted to go back and get my master's because I had got laid off from my first job. And so I was like, well, let me just get like an MBA because you can do anything with that. Girl, there's a reason why I wasn't a math student. Like, there's a reason why.
Woo!
Like, it was a reason why I didn't do any of that stuff. But, my thing was I didn't have any direction. And I was like, well, this is just general. So I can just do this and I can apply it to anything. And so it didn't work out for me. For one, I didn't have those core classes, like from undergrad and everything. And so some stuff I didn't know what they were talking about, and then I was doing it online. So it just
how did they even let you in if you didn't have the core? Because a lot of the stuff they have like a lot of prerequisites.
Well, whatever
because they know that.
Well, I don't know. I was mass comm. I don't know. I probably had some of it. I probably had what was needed, but
I
don't know.
They should have like that's irresponsible of that institution to put you in a position to not be prepared for the classes because they that's part of their like thing. They have to make sure you're prepared.
Yeah, but it didn't work out for me, and I was like, what? Looking back, one reason why was because I just didn't. I mean, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just getting something because I felt like I needed it because I was back out here trying to find a job and I couldn't find anything doing what I was doing before. So I was like, well, let me just get this master's in this blanket, in this umbrella.
And then you have to think about like so. You go
curriculum,
and depending on what it is that you're trying to do, like after, like I didn't have any of that. I'm not gonna say exactly what it is that I'm trying to do, but there's something, and it involves like so. When I get done with that stuff, you take all your classes and things, right? Then you got your comps because they want to make sure that you actually know what you're talking about. So you have to take that big test, and then like so after that to get any additional like licensure. Or whatever, then you got like supervision that you have to get done by somebody who has whatever, and then you have to have so many hours of that. Then you have so many hours again, basically like clinical, so much experience in that in order for you to under the supervision of another licensed person to do things. So it's always more depending on what it is that you want to do. I don't know. Is it like that with like I don't know much about mass comm and things or like any kind of licensures or whatever.
Ain't no licenses with mass comm.
I don't know.
To my knowledge, but then I also had the old curriculum at ULM. Like I was like in the middle of the whole transition to digital. So like when I was in school, it was mass communications with the concentration in videography, and then I had to get a minor in photography. I picked my minor to be photography. So, but what the stuff I was learning to edit on was so archaic. It wasn't even on a computer. So it doesn't even apply
to the stuff that you are doing
and so
today.
You're right. So when I graduate, some things maybe like theory or whatever, but like when you first got in mass comm, like you're taking a little bit of everything. So I took some PR classes. I took some of this stuff or whatever. But like I was a videography student. So eventually I ventured off over here to these type of studies. So, but by the time I graduated, I still needed to work on my minor. And so I wasn't going to be able to graduate because I still needed to take my minor. And I had failed a law class. I got through media law and I needed media law 2. Media law 2 was hard. And I made a D, and I was so upset. I tried so hard, and I ended up making it through Media Law 1 by the grace of God. I mean, I put my all in that, and I made it through that. I think I made a B. I don't think I made an A, but I think I made a B in that class. I worked for that. So Media Law 2 comes around. I'm like, oh, do what I did last semester, bitch. And I called my mama, and I was like, Mama, she basically was like, I'm not mad at you because you tried. you really tried.
That's
And
all you
it's
can do.
it was a hard class. But anyway, I was talking to some classmates about it, and they was like, oh yeah, we failed that too. What you can do is like go, I forgot who it was, but I talked to this woman that they sent me to, and they switched my curriculum to the regular, just blanket mass comm, because they were changing the curriculum. So I graduated with just a mass comm degree. It just says mass communications on my degree, not videography and all that stuff. So I switched it so I could graduate, and then I was able to substitute another class for that media law class. And like when she told me that, I was in her office breaking down crying.
You gotta do what you
I
gotta
was like,
do
thank you
sometimes
so
just to,
much. I was like,
get
I
out of there.
appreciate it. Yeah, I was like, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And she was like, it's okay. I feel like it's probably been so many students in her office that broke down crying.
More than
in
likely,
gratitude.
and when they know that and they see that the person that I was like study buddies with or whatever, I told her, she was like, well, what class you got, like next semester or whatever. And she was like, oh, I failed that the first time I took it. And then I go and I talk to my advisor to like get ready, like get my stuff. Yeah. And she's like, okay, just let me know if you don't pass so we can change it. They know. Especially the person that I was talking to, she explains like, this professor doesn't want to be here. There's this, whatever, and she's really hard, and everybody fails her class. Very, very rarely does anybody pass her class the first time they take it.
And if they pass, they pass with a C.
And
they pass with an A.
It's not an A. Let me tell you something about me and my grades. I cannot and will not make anything lower than a B. I am not going to do that. I've only had one B thus far. Grateful for it. Right. I don't know how I got that. I didn't ask no questions.
No. Thank you. Bye.
The only, you know what? Yeah. I was just like, man, I'm gonna take it. I ain't even finna say nothing because I didn't think I was gonna get that. I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to retake this class. I'm not gonna, because I don't know, things. I might decide to do something different, after I get done or something. And you want to have your grades up there. So right. So there's no.
Well, the good thing about masters, I know my mother was telling me this because she works in higher education. And she was saying that when people go in for their masters, like they don't even look at like your freshman, sophomore year.
Outstanding.
They don't even look at, they see it, but it's like they already know.
Throw it away.
They already know. Because when I was doing it, I was like, no, don't look at they were like, oh, no, it's fine.
First of all, I'm old. Because it was a long time ago.
Like my freshman year, my first semester, I could have easily flunked out because not because I wasn't, it's because I was just real chill about things. I did what I did in high school, which was
it don't
limited, work. And you got all these, nobody's making you go to class, and
they're
if you're hanging around
you.
with certain people, and the people I was hanging around with, they ain't make it past their first year. So I mean, like eventually, like if you study, like, oh, I don't want to go to class, and then but you still go or whatever, but then like eventually you keep saying it, and everybody else around you ain't going. Eventually, you're not gonna go either.
That's right.
Even
not
though
consistently,
you aren't. It's just because of who you were around or whatever. So that was me my freshman year. My freshman year, definitely that first semester, my mama was like, you going to come home? And I was like, I'm not. And she cut me off financially. Like, we weren't rich, but my mama she did not want me to work. So she provided me with extra, extra money. And I ain't saying like extra like balling, but past what was needed. Just a little, So, like, she cut me off financially and everything. And I was like, bullshit, I ain't coming home. And I'm not going to be this broke. Like, I was broke, but I'm not going to be this broke, But anyway, change of scenery, but all that stuff. But anyway, all that to say, like when you get your master's, like they look at your first year and second year, but like they kind of.
I think it's more about those
because they already know
those like, concentration courses are more important than core.
And they know by the time it's your junior or senior year, you're a different student.
Nobody's looking
and
at
you can look at your transcript and tell. I can look at mine and tell like this is where I had my heart broken. This is when I was involved with this person. This is when I was hanging out. It tells a
story.
Like I can look at it and be like, this semester is when this happened.
And plus, nobody's looking at the fact that you made a C in freshman year seminar because you refused to go because it was stupid. Because it was a stupid class.
Or you missed your first.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
That was my intern class.
That wasn't me, but that was somebody else.
Football game.
That was somebody else that I know. But who the fuck is gonna do? Why do you? I understand the importance of having freshman year seminar, and it's like a gimme. It's like a gimme A or whatever, maybe. But like, why don't make people take that? Like,
especially when there's a football game.
Yeah, and especially if you don't fucking live on campus and you're not gonna be on campus anyway. Why are you? It's a waste of time. I was so pissed off in that class. I was like, yo, I could be doing other shit right now. I got a full-time job, like, because I worked. I had to work. And I'm like, nigga, I could be out making money. Y'all waste my fucking time talking about this is where the library is. Well, nigga, we in the library. I know where it is. I can read this on the website.
Like my class like that was my intern class. And it was because, like, you only went to, like, maybe 3 physical days of the class. The first day, orientation, mid-semester, just to, like, come in and, like, I don't know, talk about some stuff. And then, like, the last day of the semester to give your presentations. Well, if you missed the first day, then you drop it. And, like, the first time I did it, I had to drop it because, I mean, there was a game. And I wanted to go hang out. And... You know, so...
Girl, I was working. I had rent. I had rent. I had a light bill.
So I took it again. And, I mean, I did what I was supposed to do. But, I mean, like, I was like...
Girl, I was like, no, I need to
go to this game. I'm finna go hang out. I'm finna go kick
I'm like, I could be at work. Energy is not playing with me. I got 3 days. Y'all playing... Look, y'all... And I'm like... That's another thing. Like, these students, they're in there, and they're like, yeah, whatever, great, I live on campus and this is awesome. Like, yeah, that is awesome. I gotta work. Like, this is, you're wasting my time. Like, you're wasting it. This is all in the handbook. Like, why am I sitting here?
Because some kids need to be babysat.
Everybody get into 4 groups and you're gonna make up a song. If y'all don't stop playing with me, I'm gonna make up a song about ULM.
This is came after me. I'm older than you. This is
freshman year seminar. Like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to. Then you had what's the shit, like the week, like you come the week before school, like they tell you all of this stuff. It's like the
I remember prep.
They tell you all of the stuff in prep.
But how long ago was that? Some people went to prep like early in the year, so it's like some people aren't coming back to school. Prep like at least like, they have it like several times throughout the year.
Prep is like the week before the semester starts, or 2. It's 2 weeks. I went to
my prep before, like
when they started with me. Because you were before me, it was like a week or 2 before actual class started.
It was like several preps you could go to. It was at least 2 or 3 preps that you can go to.
So, like, why? Why were we having this over and over again? There were, like, waves, like, different shifts. But it was all, like, 2 or 3 weeks before class started. Like, people were moving in. Like,
not
I'm like, why are we... Yeah.
There was a prep that was done, like, before school started. But, like, I didn't go to that one. It was during the summertime for sure.
It was part of... It was part of Fry's. It was part of freshman year seminar. And I'm like, okay, but why make this? Don't drag this out. Don't drag this out. My mom
came, and I remember I had a whole little breakdown because I was by myself. And I had never been by myself before as far as, like, starting a new school and things. And so my mom was, like, sticking around. And she said she asked one of the, I was going to say counselors, like it's camp. But asked one of the, one of the students. One of the leaders. Yeah. Like, well, how's Erin doing? And it's funny because you know what? I said the same thing about Zipporah. My mom was like, well, how is Erin doing this, and that? And they were like, who?
Exactly.
She's fine.
They don't know her. They don't know.
Well, they knew me, but they were like, she's fine, this and that. She's totally fine, you know. And it's just funny because when I dropped Zipporah off somewhere, I think it was her first day at ballet, I was like, well, how does she do? How was Zipporah? And they were just like, she's fine.
She's 2.
She was fine.
You know, them students, like, yo, I'm just doing this so I can make money. This is a student worker program, man. I do not care about your child. This is, first of all, we're 3 years apart. I'm not.
They was cool with me.
Look, they were not. Them people were not. They was like,
well,
hey,
we
y'all
clearly had a different crop of kids.
Like, y'all either gonna go here or you not, and that's it. And, like, you either gonna get your stamps. We had to get stamps for shit. We had to do a hot dog social. And, like, you had to go. Don't force. I hate
you
that.
Also don't like being around people.
I don't, and especially when it's forced. Don't force me to be around people. I could be at work again. I could be at work making money. I don't need any of this. I don't even eat hot dogs. Get out of here. I was mad. I was
fuck
livid.
A hot dog up.
I was mad. I was like, Anyway, we have been on college for 18 years. So we should probably actually move on to the actual topic.
Oh, yeah.
So, of the show.
What it really boils down to today is your dating preference. I'm just curious. Like, what is your age range? Because, you know, like, you are back out on the scene, you know, doing things. Things are done.
So.
And, like, what your age, more specifically your age preference, because really what this came from is like Diddy and
Carisha.
Yeah, Young Miami. Like,
because they go together
like
real bad.
Real bad.
Real bad. We go together real bad.
So what is we? I feel like you dating, but we go together.
Like, he's like, we go together. We do? Real bad.
Real
and I was
bad.
like, whoa, okay, well.
Yeah.
That was funny,
So,
but not funny.
But have fun. Do what you do. But so that's where this is kind of coming from. I'm just wondering, like, what is your dating preference? Like, I have never dated someone, at least seriously, that was younger than me. Like, my husband is 4 years older than me. So I feel like if I were to date again, I would definitely still be within that probably the 5 year range of the guy being older than me. Now that I'm also older, I could probably see myself dating somebody like 1 to 2 years younger than me, but not severely. But I'm also saying that as a woman who ain't going nowhere. Like, we glued together, we ain't going nowhere.
But it's just preferences. It doesn't mean you're actually going to act on it.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's
like, it's my preference now that I'm not hungry. If I was hungry, it'd probably be like something else. But I'm not hungry right now, so.
You can be single and not hungry, though.
Yeah, you can. But I'm just speaking about me. Like, I'm not.
Like, that don't mean.
I'm not hungry, so I mean, like.
That don't mean that.
Like, I like beef, but if I was hungry, I'm like, I want the biggest steak. Medium. Double mashed potatoes. Loaded.
But then also, like, you get to a specific place in your life where you're not that thing of, like, just doing shit to be doing it. Ain't nobody doing it.
Well, I mean, is that something you do when you're young?
I think when you're young.
Okay.
You just be doing shit.
Because I have not dated anybody. Like,
let's see.
Larry and I have been in a committed relationship since I was 22. I'm 37. So I have no clue what it's like out there.
Well, as Vitus would say, there's pee in the dating pool.
Okay.
There's a little turd floating in it.
Vomit.
But there's some awesome things in there too. Sometimes you gotta find them though. But like you gotta find them. You gotta find them. But it's definitely pee in there. Somebody done peed in there.
I worry about that because I was found. And I just happened to get picked by a
That's
good
how
guy.
it happens, like, when you're not really looking.
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't looking.
Especially because, like, we knew each other. And we had, dated
when you look, I feel like
college things for 3 years. But, I mean, like.
A lot of times when you look, I feel like you throw off the
natural
energy.
vibe.
Yeah, it throws it off. So the moment, and usually, like, the moment you not looking or you stop looking or whatever, that's when it's like, or, whatever. Excuse that note. But to actually answer your question, I wouldn't go any younger than, like he said, like 2-3 years max.
Mm-hmm.
Older, I don't even want to say I have necessarily a cap because it depends on the person. It all depends on the person. Honestly. Mm-hmm. So to, like, just be like, oh, well, 2-3 years, I'm saying that, but, like, it depends on the person because everybody different. Like, everybody, all 29-year-olds are not equal.
Yeah.
And, like, all 50-year-olds are not equal.
True.
It's a whole bunch of different types of 50s. This is a bunch of different types of 60s too.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different. It's a bunch of different types of 30-year-olds.
Would you date as far as up as 50?
It depends on the person.
Okay.
Like,
So
it depends on the person. I would not know until, whatever. I don't think that, I feel like when you're, and y'all can, people who are out here in the streets, these filthy, filthy streets, can let me know, how swiftly does age come up? Like, is that even, that's usually not even like the first question like that. That's probably like maybe second conversation or something, maybe something like that. Like, because there's a lot of other important things you got to talk about. And if you're a halfway decent person, a lot of times it comes up because they see something in you that's just not mature or whatever. How old are you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so what? So, but how old are you? Or like
when
something.
You graduated.
Right. When you say,
when you came out of high school.
What year you say? Especially if y'all was like at the same school or something like that. You trying to see like, well, what year you came out or whatever, and or they'll say something that's like generationally off from to pop culture or something like that, and it'll come up like, well, yeah, what you know about that, like just whatever. So you trying to see, but I think that's like when it comes up, when like a maturity level or like maybe there's like a meshing thing, or they might know about something that you didn't think that they would know about, or whatever. So you ask, or you know, things like that. But I think it depends on the maturity level of the person, because there's some immature 50-year-olds out here. You know,
okay.
60-year-olds too. Age don't mean.
Well, my mom used to always be like, you know, just be weary of someone older wanting to date someone significantly younger. I guess when you're older, like I guess 30, 40 plus, it don't really matter.
No,
but
it
definitely when
can.
you're younger. But she was like, look out for that, because like it's a whole nother level of bullshit. And if there's
It
a reason
is.
why, if this person is so awesome, how come they aren't dating somebody their own age?
Especially when, not even just that they want to date, because there's a difference between like wanting to and being open to dating.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are targeting, and specifically targeting 18, 19, 20-year-olds, and you are 43, because no 43-year-old,
and the other person is 15.
Yeah, like, because they're not gonna deal with your bullshit, and that's statutory rape at that point when a person is like 17 and under.
But that happens.
But like, it's like you're creeping around and trying to see, because you know they don't know a lot, and it's grooming. At that point, that's like a whole different thing. That's not even dating. That doesn't even count as dating. That's predatory behavior. But like, specifically wanting a certain, you know, everybody got their preferences, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that as far as age, looks, whatever. There's nothing wrong with your preference, as long as you having that preference doesn't demean somebody else who's not that preference. That's what I think, because you can have your preference without being an asshole.
That is true. I know, like, I would be younger. Erin would have been embarrassed to date somebody like significantly older. Like maybe like 24-year-old Erin would have been, because you know, like when you're like mid-20s, like you got like 30-year-old plus men like hitting on you and stuff.
Of course.
So like,
oh my God,
I would have been like embarrassed to go somewhere with somebody, because it's like yeah, exactly.
Did he be like, yeah, it is actually?
Is that your uncle? Your uncle finna go hang out?
Like, damn,
I would be like embarrassed.
I mean, but that's just where you were in that span of time, you know, where you were at that young age. So, you know, it gets different. We get different, and what we like gets different. Not only just what we like, but what we value in a person gets different. So, like, that may used to like be like a super important thing or whatever when we were younger, or shit, it might still be important to a lot of people right now. But in the grand scheme of things, if the person is like decent, you know, and things like that, like you're not gonna eliminate them because of a number. Like, you're not, either you like them or you don't. So there's also that. You're like, oh well, you fit into this age category, like right here. He is 31 or he is 30 or whatever your 24, whatever your age and your number is, like, and you just let that be like a main factor. What about all the other shit that they got going on? He could be a shit person.
Yeah.
You know, so
you take all that into consideration though.
Yeah, like so
yeah, like I just couldn't. Yeah, I think I would just really stick with the 4 to 5 year older than me. And honestly, I haven't really been involved with that many people that were like the same age as me. I'm cool.
Let me tell you something. These people, like I said, who are older, significantly older, we're talking like about a decade or more older, they are just as shitty and immature.
Yeah, I found that out. And
in need of therapy as these 20-year-olds.
Yeah, I found that out.
Let me tell you something. And they are immature. They are imma-fucking-ture. Like, they are.
It's a whole nother level of bullshit. Like,
and
I know with me, it was a whole nother level of bullshit. I was like, oh, this person is older. They're not going to come with this stuff that all these other dudes be doing. Like when I'm in college and stuff, they're not going to be doing all that.
They're just
it was a whole nother level that I didn't even know existed.
That's it. And you weren't ready for it because you were younger.
No.
And like, even if you were,
didn't even know existed.
Even if you were like of age or whatever, like you were of age. When I say that, I don't mean legal. I mean like closer in age range, that behavior is still unacceptable. And you would think, or at least like I thought and like you thought, that it would be different.
Right.
You would have thought like behavior would have been different.
Much older than me, and I was like, oh, this person's mature, and I don't have to deal with all this other stuff with these dudes on campus.
Age does not equal maturity.
Girl, It was a whole nother level. And I was super naive. So, like, a lot of things, like, I could tell something was wrong, but I didn't know what about it.
You didn't know how, you didn't have a language for it.
Right.
And you couldn't really define it, but you knew something felt off.
Right.
You know, so.
But all you could do is just go off their word. Because, I mean, you can't, you just like, lying, but I don't know how to call you out on your lying. But something about this ain't right, but okay.
You didn't have your, I call it your big girl voice. You didn't have a big girl voice just yet in that area. And going back to like what you said before, like why like dudes, like guys that are significantly older are trying to date significantly younger because they know you ain't got your big girl voice, you know, and they know that you don't have a word, you don't have necessarily, a lot of times you don't have a language to put to these things. But let me tell you about these new generation of young girls. They be knowing. And a lot of them be knowing, and even when they don't know, they're not going to deal with it. They know it don't feel right. Even if they don't have like the language or whatever, they know it doesn't feel right, and they know they're finna get the fuck ASAP, as Black China Mama would say. So, you know, that's you know, it's yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. So who is like, okay, so like I know I said I wouldn't date anybody like much older than me, but I do have a Zaddy crush. Who is your Zaddy crush?
My current partner. I'm just like,
boo. Who's a Zaddy crush?
They're not significantly older, but like, look, I don't know how old.
Well, I'll tell you.
Well, you got to give a range. Like, how old?
Well, I told you. Like I said, I wouldn't be a Zaddy.
No, but like, how old? You're saying like for an age thing.
No.
Oh, in general?
Yeah, like who?
Oh,
like I'm just saying. Then. I'm saying like I would not date somebody that's like.
No, I mean
10 plus years older, but I do. There are like some older
that's
men,
what I
like
was
my
saying.
mama's age on up, that are like, oh.
That's what I was asking. So for the crush, they had to be a certain age.
Well, yeah, I guess whatever you consider a Zaddy to be.
I don't know. That is just somebody that's fine to me.
Okay,
they don't have no age.
Okay, like your daddy's age. Well, not your daddy's like really.
I was like, don't say that because
okay,
my parents
somebody
are
that's
old.
At least 20 years.
Not my
older
mama
than
because she got a type, so she just she be
okay. Somebody that's at least 20 years older than you.
You trying to talk to DeWanda? You got to be a decade plus. Like she was not playing.
Well, not yours.
She was not playing.
At least 20 to 30 years older than you.
Let me see how old this boy is.
So for me, now, it's. I think I said this before. Elliot Stabler.
So,
I like Elliot Stabler. It's, you know what? No, that's not who I said it was. I said I liked him on something else. But who I do like that's on Law and Order, that is like a Zaddy crush for me. Now, it's not the actor. It's the character. Odafin Tutuola does something for me. Not Ice-T. Not Ice-T. But his character... Odafin Tutuola. Oh, and Shannon Sharp. That's who it is.
Okay, so I'll tell you, David Banner.
Okay. Okay. The new David Banner or the old David Banner?
No, the David Banner with the gray in the beard.
That one.
Like
okay.
That David Banner. And Jill Scott, because be who you are for your pride. Like David Banner and Jill Scott. And
wait, Jill Scott is a Zaddy crush for you?
Yeah, she fine as hell. Did you not hear me before? I was not playing with you. Like she is fine. She is.
Okay.
She is. Look at her. What do you mean?
I know what she looks like. I didn't expect for you to say a woman in your Zaddy crush. That's what that is.
One of them, though. She just is.
One of them.
She's there.
K'Shana, I don't feel like I know you.
Yeah, you know me a little bit.
Well, there's mine. Yeah, it's Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who Shannon Sharp is, go to Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. Like, I do watch the show for the sports commentary.
Can you say...
But Shannon Sharp is nice to look at, too.
Like...
And then Odafin Tutuola. I like the character.
Andre 3000 also.
Oh, yeah. Andre, yes.
Like, can we say that also?
You got a whole bunch.
That's just some, Just these people. Oh. Method Man. We forgot.
He is nice. Is he a Zaddy? How old is he?
He's way older than us.
How old is he?
That's what I'm doing on my phone, y'all. Like, I'm having to look up and look at the ages to make sure they qualify. Let me see.
But while you look that up, let me tell you this. I asked my cousins when we were out in the middle of the ocean on the cruise. I asked them who their Zaddy crush was, and one of my cousins said
he's 51. He count.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he count.
Okay. But one of my cousins said, what is it? He was in Pulp Fiction. He's in Capital One commercials. Why can I not fit? He's always cussing. You know what I'm talking about?
Samuel Jackson?
Yes, him. Yes, Samuel Jackson. She said him. And we was just like, really? And she was like, I thought we weren't judging. We aren't judging. That's just not
who you thought.
Somebody I thought you would. He doesn't give me Zaddy vibes, you know?
So, like.
But okay.
Like.
Okay.
So, like, LL Cool J counts. He's not one of mine, but I'm just saying that he counts.
See, I guess I don't see Method Man and LL Cool J as zaddies. I'm looking at like older than him. Like 60.
They're 50 something.
But
like,
that's still young to me though.
Oh, well, I mean, that's not old. Like, it's not saying old. Like, age is whatever it is, clearly. But, you know, like, that's significantly older.
Well, I'm 37.
Than
that's
us.
significantly.
That's significant. That's over a decade older.
My mama is 22 years older than me though.
That's okay.
So I guess I'm like they're still younger than my mama. And LL Cool J is like my mama's age.
They could have still had you.
They could have.
Scientifically.
They could have.
Problematic and whatever. And he also, like, I don't know, the older he get, the bigger his face get.
Who?
Busta Rhymes.
Oh.
But like old Busta Rhymes though used to be fine.
With the locks? With the dreadlocks? That was going every day.
No. Long locks.
Oh, okay. That one.
Yeah. Yeah, baby, if you give it to me, Mariah Carey, Busta Rhymes.
See, Method Man and I are only 14 years apart. See, that's why I say I don't get Zaddy vibes from him.
Like, Busta
My
Rhymes
husband's almost 40. Like,
he's
I don't
50 too.
No, that's not giving Zaddy vibes. That's reachable.
I don't know. Well, you talking about like you talking about Ronald Isley?
I'm talking about like, how old is Shannon Sharp?
You talking about
how old is Ice-T?
You talking about like
somebody that could be your
like
daddy.
What is that called? Like the Silver Fox Club?
I guess so. I saw those
called.
men.
They fine.
I guess like that.
But the thing is like they fine, but like they fine like with suits and hats on. Like you don't know. You know, it could be a trickery. You don't know.
Oh, Shannon Sharp is 54.
Okay, well then what?
I thought he was young. I thought he was older.
No.
He was born in 68. My mama was born.
See.
Okay, wait. Now, how old is Ice-T?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see, Ice-T is 64. LL Cool J is 54. LL Cool J and my mama are like the same age.
Let me see something real quick because I wonder.
He was born in 68. Well, he's younger than my mama, but still, he's like right there.
I used to have a huge crush on Usher.
Who didn't?
Like,
and he ain't giving Zaddy vibes either.
No, he's young. He's young.
How old is Usher?
He's 43.
Oh yeah.
He's mad young.
Well, you got a young crush? Like who's like a young dude? Who's the dude that's on Queen Sugar?
Oh my God,
that plays Ralph Angel.
You used to have a crush on Neo.
Why did you have a crush on Neo?
Because his smile.
Girl, get the fuck out of here.
But listen,
Neo is so funny looking.
It's Neo with a hat on. It's Neo with glasses.
He's still funny looking.
Listen, it's Neo with glasses, a hat, and a suit. I know that's a lot. That's a lot of particular things that he has to have. But his smile.
Girl, Neo is funny looking.
It is, but when he smiles with glasses and a hat on,
his lips always be puckered out and stuff.
His lips look like his lips. Did you need them? They're nice. You know who else is cute to me? Anthony Hamilton.
Oh, okay, in a rugged uncle type of way.
And also Raheem Devon. Let me tell you something. All three of them got soup coolers. All of them. That cat.
You nasty.
No, they're just pretty. Like it's like you just want to kiss them. You know. It's cute. Yeah.
Okay.
I like nice lips.
Let me see. Who's a young dude for me? Oh, Zipporah is awake.
Well, it was a nice nap.
It was a nice nap. My girl was face down.
Don't say that. I'm done.
I need some more wine.
Did you hear what I said? Anthony Hamilton is 51.
I saw that.
Does Drake count?
Drake is the same age as us.
I know. I don't even like that.
That's not a little dude.
That's not one of my preferences.
He's not a zaddy or a little dude.
Drake's type is not one of my preferences.
What's his type?
His aesthetic is not necessarily something that I would just immediately.
I need more wine.
Prefer. I like a bearded chocolate man. with some meat on them. That's what I like.
So what would okay?
So
So break down your aesthetic again.
He's not.
You said you like a guy who used to play football.
Yeah, I like a guy who used to play football, or like at some point in your life, and then you start eating. Like, I'm serious. Like, then you like, yeah, you used to play. You could tell you used to play, but like you not like Terry Crews. I don't like all of that. I need you to used to play, like used to for real.
Used to play like in high school. Or used to play in college.
We're of a certain age right now.
We are
so
of
I
a
guess
certain age.
It could be college at this point. But high school is cool too because.
But what about Friend? Did Friend play?
For a second.
Okay.
But like I like people
in college or high school.
I like people who like to eat sandwiches.
Oh, okay. With mayo.
With heavy mayo, like heavy, heavy on the mayo.
Two
like,
slices of cheese.
2 slices of cheese, and you put some chips on it and crunched it down. Yes, I am hungry. Jeez,
I got some turkey meat in there.
God, that just hit different. We put some anyway. So yeah, I like a
chip, just the Lay's plain or Dorito?
I like a sour cream and onion. Ooh. You know, and you mush it.
I never did that.
Oh,
I never mushed my sandwich. I may eat a sandwich.
When you get the chips on it, you
half away.
You gotta mush it.
Kind of like chew it up real good, swallow like 75% of it, and then put the chip in my mouth and finish it that way. But I never put a chip.
You put that on there, and let me tell you something. You gotta cut it diagonally because it hit different.
But it's sour cream.
I like a sturdy, a sturdy man.
We need to find. Well, you know, you're a woman.
I'm a lady of a particular size. I don't know if y'all watching. Let me tell you something. I'm a plus size woman with accoutrements.
You're Jill Scott.
You just
with the nose piercing.
Well,
that's what it is.
First of all, compliment. Wow, thanks.
Yes.
What?
Don't wait, because
you know
you serve boobs when you want to.
I can and do.
That one time I hit you up and I was like, "Girl, where you going? Sexy boobs out." Bitch, is that Pretty Little Things you wearing? Is that a Fashion Nova haul? Titties just out.
Funny.
Pronounced and out.
But I like a sturdy.
Mm-hmm.
She should be sturdy. And next sturdy, I like a beard, like a sturdy bearded person with them. Yeah, just. So
you used to be a O lineman.
Yeah,
senior year.
Maybe used to, you played something.
Yeah, senior year or in college because we are of a certain age.
Then you start eating sandwiches with the chips on them.
You just start working because you just start living life.
And you start eating them sandwiches with them chips on them.
And not working out and running and lifting like
how you used to. Maybe you work out. Every now and then. You work out. Yeah, but you ain't,
You're not doing what you did to
no,
you're not squatting what you used to squat.
Nah, you ain't squatting. You ain't even trying to do that. That's for them kids. You ain't trying to do that.
But you're doing
enough. But you staying active. You doing enough. Right. You got the little line in your forearm. You ain't necessarily got to even have the cuts. But you got that forearm line.
Well, them old linemen ain't got no cuts because they some big dudes.
Yeah, I just.
They're just some big, thick, healthy dudes.
A wide neck. That's like a thing. That's like, I don't know.
Solid.
Just a start. Just sturdy.
Nice neck.
Just sturdy.
Okay.
Just sturdy.
Okay. So, my aesthetic, I've always dated guys that were athletic. I've always dated my husband. That's what it boils down
that
to.
Erin type is her husband.
I believe so. And if they weren't an athlete, like, they probably like played on the courts like after school with their friends, you know what I'm saying? But they
was mad on the good.
Team.
But they didn't want to be on the team though, because they weren't joiners. But they was mad good,
like that type of thing. And my high school boyfriend was an artist, so he didn't really work out.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say we didn't even talk about that. We just talking about physicals.
Yeah, like he was an artist and he didn't work out, but that was my boyfriend. Because all the other dudes was just trying to fuck. They was just trying to talk to you. They was trying to talk to everybody and fuck. This guy actually was my boyfriend, wanted to actually be a boyfriend and stuff. And so, but like he wasn't athletic at all. But the other dudes, athletes or whatever, they was just trying to talk and fuck at the same time,
Now,
I've always dated that type. And you know what? Like my girlfriend has always dated a teddy bear type.
That I didn't know the word for it. I didn't know the word for it.
And I asked her.
They come in small, medium, large.
Yeah.
Like, any of them.
She always dated that. And I asked her, I was like, so what's it like? And she was like, Erin, how do I answer that question? I'm like, well, what's it like being with a big guy?
It's delightful.
I've never been with a big guy. You know?
It's delightful.
Never. And I don't know if I ever just discriminated against one. I just never have. You know what I'm saying? Delightful. It's not an issue.
If you know, you know. And if you don't, you should. Well, you can't now. But like I'm just saying, like it is delightful.
Is
it's
it?
Delightful.
Okay.
It is a
mine have always been like
experience.
a slender build or like a slender athletic build. Wide receiver like my husband or like I don't know the other positions like that.
Girl, I don't know sports.
Like that's always been me.
I like all of that with that, right?
But with sandwiches.
And then like you have not that. Not that. That's I don't really. No, that's yours. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Okay.
Okay. I got
at all.
Right.
At all.
Right.
I like if you are like in there, like what I said before, and then like you also are a creative of some sort. And maybe I've
never had this.
If you're a creative, if you, let me tell you something about the little niggas that knew how to dance when I was in high school. That would get you. You got served came out and it was over with.
I want to say because my husband is in the living room and he playing the new Madden and got headphones in, but that don't mean he may or may not be listening. And I ain't trying to get kicked out of my own house, so I'm gonna just leave my comments to myself. All that to say, I know what you're talking about, K'Shana.
Let me tell you something. Them ones that could dance, they would get you. They'd be cutting up. Boy, they could hit a backflip real quick. They could tick. They used to call it ticking. Oh Lord. They used to call it tick. They used to be able to do that little usher glide. Bro,
you don't have to
they could moonwalk real good. They could just at any moment in time, like just like that. Look, that's a form of creativity. So in like that,
I did day-to-day dance.
Or they could draw, or they was mad good on the
crazy ones. I told you this before. Them artists.
I'm one of them. I know.
Like my high school boyfriend, really nice guy, but that motherfucker was crazy.
If they could draw or play instruments that it was on drumline. If they were, first of all, we can talk about the band.
The cymbal guy.
Yeah,
the cymbal guy. I knew a cymbal guy. He also
if y'all not watching the video, I need you to watch.
I knew the cymbal guy.
Like if you could play it, I wasn't even look.
Yeah.
If you could play an instrument, it didn't matter what it was. It didn't matter because you could keep beat. First of all,
well, see, I was really caught up in sports, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I can appreciate the talent. And you was always like, I went to a white school, and our band was cool. I went to Captain Street. Our band was our band. But when we went to games like Huntington,
yeah, you know,
it was like, yes, where's the drum line?
Well, you know where I was. It wasn't. They tried, and
Your school is black now.
Now I wasn't there for. So I wasn't there for that.
Real quick, my godson goes to your high school. So we went to the meet the mascot. Mm-hmm. Basically, you meet the spirit squad and you meet the football teams. And I got there, and I had never been. I never had a reason to go to this school's games before. Like my child doesn't play. Like I went to my child's stuff, but he doesn't play football anymore. So I hadn't been. So now like my godsons are playing, and the oldest one is in the 10th grade now. He's JV and he's doing varsity. Okay. JV and varsity. Don't play on my boy.
You better go do
okay. Number 34.
Or whatever.
I'm gonna be out there for JV Day. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna be out there on Friday. For the varsity game. I'm gonna be out there for the JV games. Okay, number 34. But went there and everybody on the court was black. Like they had the cheer squad was black, but it was still kind of white because they were still flipping. It was one white girl.
Black girls can flip.
But not all the black schools. Not the black schools. They didn't always flip.
They didn't?
No, not the black schools. They didn't always flip. Maybe the black schools I went to, the black schools I know of in Shreveport when I was in high school, they wasn't flipping. But think about it. To flip, you got to go where? To camps and shit.
They was going to camps.
Them black girls weren't going.
Not them kind, but like they did.
Like,
you're right about
but
it.
I'm not saying like
they probably
was,
had
like
like
trash
2
or whatever.
I'm
just saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
really
they might not
one.
have been able to do that type of stuff.
You're right. So when I did see it, it was always that same girl that was doing it. Cause
right. You know what I'm saying?
How.
But see, all these girls on the cheer squad at your high school flip, and not just like you're just regular. It was a bloop, 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 bloop.
You better hit that round off to a back handspring tuck.
Okay, bottom of the pyramid. I see you
thing.
with it. thick with it and fine and cute.
Awesome.
Yes.
Love to
but
see
but it was like
it.
one white girl. But you know what? They started that new high school. So that's probably where all the white kids went.
What new high school?
East Washington?
What?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard that shit in my
Or
life.
is that
What? Well,
like
I
the
had
middle
kids.
school?
I
Was it
don't
the middle
know.
school?
I don't know.
Yeah, you would. But
I
anyway,
wouldn't know.
but like they were, yeah. And then the dance team is all black, and they was doing black.
Let me tell you something about because I was on. Look, ooh, I can't say.
Whatever.
Dance time. Yeah, briefly until my mama pulled me off. Yeah.
Well,
the dance line has always been predominantly black.
okay. Well, I had never seen.
If not 50-50, but like still mostly
It
black.
was one white girl, and they was doing black girl dance line stuff, and she was doing it.
You better
know. The football team was still mixed, you know. But I told my girlfriend Sharice, I was like, "Is Washita black? Is it?" And she was like, "It's going that way."
It was heading that way
But
when I was there,
like,
but it was still
it's to the point to where like it's probably still like
it was like 60-40
like
when I was there.
it's probably just right now. It's probably in that transitional phase where it's just more black kids, but it ain't hood.
But it's in the hood.
A lot of them type of schools be in the hood. Like I went to a middle school. I mean, my middle school was a magnet school. It was in the hood.
It's in the hood, but it's out. I ain't never seen no shit like this in my life.
I mean,
it's in the hood, but it's also in a field of corn. It literally is in a field of corn and cotton and hood and also cows. What are we doing here? Who put this way out here?
But who was living around that area when the school was built?
You know who was.
That's
the
what I'm
people
saying.
who's
They
planting
left.
corn.
They left. And so other folks moved in, or other folks moved in, therefore they left.
Well,
Either way,
the thing is that, and actually, no, nobody lives over there. Not really, except for the hood that's right there. The other people, they come from like Swartz and stuff. So nobody really lives over there because the school is way out. Even for the people who go there, it's way out. You know, so.
But yeah, I was just like,
yeah. Oh, so what we were saying.
what we were saying. Yes, go ahead.
If you could draw, if you could play an instrument, you know, if you are creative, if you write poetry,
I only knew one guy like that, and that was the guy who was my high school boyfriend.
Hindsight, everybody that I've ever spoken to in that type of manner has always been a creative.
If they were, they didn't share it with me.
Everybody, and like,
but you know what? Like, even with Larry, like I was talking to, was it no, it wasn't my therapist. It might have been my therapist when I was pregnant, and I was saying like I'm a creative person, and I was saying like my husband isn't. I said I just think I haven't found his yet. Like, but the other thing is like he is a coach. For you to sit out and to draw up plays,
just going to say
and
it's
things
just
like
in
that.
a different way.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I haven't found his yet. But then I was like, oh wait, but he does this, and like for you to sit out and craft that, and that's a skill. It's a craft. Like you craft that thing out, these plays, and then be able to articulate it to your team, instruct them, and then have it executed on the court. That is a creative skill.
You have to have
so like, I was like, he has it. It's not.
You have to have a certain ability to have a vision, like see things, and that's all. Being a creative is whether that's visual or
performances
or performing or music. You have to see it you have to see it or hear it like before it happens. You gotta plan it all out. You know, that's
right.
That's the thing. Oh, I know we're way over.
That's fine.
We'll just cut some of it.
I don't think we have to.
Well, not yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got some things brewing, y'all, and we trying to like.
Yeah.
You know, you got to practice before you get up in there. You know.
You
know how like you practice.
Well,
some of this was the behind the scenes stuff. It was just playing. But you know how like you practice going to bed like a couple weeks before school start. That's what we trying to do.
Oh, also, I forgot to say, if you get like tattoos or piercings,
why you whispering that? Your man ain't up in here.
I don't know. I just felt like I should. I don't know.
So you into tattoos?
Like, yes.
See, I appreciate tattoos.
And so, oh my god, if you got gauges, first of all,
a what?
I have gauges.
Oh, gauges. Okay.
Like that's a bonus. You don't have to have none of this.
You're such an alternative.
And let's just, you always have been. Let me tell you,
you're
something.
alternative. You were that awkward black girl.
So
isn't it crazy how the awkward black girl is now cool?
I think it was a hot topic like all the time.
And it was like
I was a hot topic all the time. But the thing is, I had traditional black parents who would not allow me to wear. I've always been into certain things or like alternative or whatever, but I wasn't allowed. I couldn't wear black. They wouldn't even let me wear black fingernail polish. Like they thought it was like, oh, you're worshiping the devil if you wear black polish. You know, like I had those kind of parents. Like you couldn't, but yet like we wasn't super religious, but like just certain things. Like, what are you doing? What is this? Why you got that on? What's the spikes? What's that? Why you don't never wear no colors? What is? And so I've decided to do more of what young K'Shana wanted to do and wasn't allowed to, which is, I think, something everybody should do. Do something for Lil Erin, and do something for Lil K'Shana. I thought you was going to Miss K'Shana. Oh no, she's squirt on 22s.
Somebody's woken up and decided to join the party.
But
again,
yeah, that like if you got those are bonuses, and mind you, we're grown and our values are changed. All of this stuff is aesthetics,
right?
So it can be completely different. Even if you're outside of the things that I said, I could be fully and very attractive, and you could be none of those things,
right?
Or you could be all of those things, and I could think that you're a shitty person and not be attracted to you at all. Like, so it just depends. That depends on personality.
Did you ever give me your little dude one? Did you ever tell me who your little dude crush was?
Young person?
Yeah,
I did. I was ashamed of it. It was
yeah. Okay, yeah.
I gave you a couple of them.
Yeah, you did.
But they're not really crushes.
They're not. No, these aren't.
I think they cute, but like. Yeah, I just think they cute. Them children.
They are kids.
I can't.
They are kids. They are somebody's babies.
I was like, that's somebody's son.
I was like, whose son is that?
But it's different. Like, you see them, especially like either if you worked with kids around that age or like you have a bonus son. That's like he's a young man. You don't look at them.
Older than my son.
They're older.
Nobody his age.
No, but like the fact that he's a young man. Like and like if they look. You're just young. No.
I will tell you this. I remember when Chris Brown was fresh and he was at Essence, and Larry was my boyfriend.
Of course.
So I'm trying. This is how I figure out where I was in life. Was Larry my boyfriend, or was he my, But he was my boyfriend at this time. So I had to be, like I said, I was 22. So I had to be like 22, 23. I could drink publicly, so I was over 21. But anyway, me and my friends were at Essence, and Chris Brown was there, and I was singing all his songs and everything. And my friends was like, girl, if you don't sit your 23, 24-year-old tail down, like you a grown woman over here singing after this little boy. At the time, he was. I mean, but I wasn't like throwing my panties at him. I was just like,
it's just entertaining.
And he was cute. He was a cute little kid.
Yeah, there you go, a cute little kid.
But he wasn't a kid.
What's the poor doing?
Like what I'm doing. But I wasn't throwing my panties at him. But I was like, oh my God, hey Chris, woo! And now you know my name, but excuse me, miss. But yeah, that was me. Chris Brown is cute.
Well, he had again. Oh, also, what I did not say.
Little girl.
Teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Teeth.
Yes.
Teeth.
Yes.
Teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Teeth.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Nice teeth, girl.
That's so important. A smile, and that doesn't mean that they have you have had to have braces or anything like that. Because you can have a nice. You can have a nice smile.
You can have a store-bought smile.
Like, you can have a nice smile without having to have, like, orthodontic. Like, you can have a little gap or something like that. That's not. Just take care of them. Just make sure they're taken care of. If you got some stuff going on, that's very unattractive to me. Like, very. Like, if you are going through it, and I mean going through it to where, like, you ain't been to the dentist in 5 years, like, that type of stuff, teeth are so important. First of all, it's it's not even just an aesthetic thing; it's a health thing. But it's that shows me first. It's how you take care. It shows me how you take care of yourself. Your teeth,
for me, it's aesthetic first.
And then it's like how long you gonna be around because your teeth are like they're connected to your heart all of that stuff, and you're not taking care of yourself in a way that's like right in front of you. You're not taking care of that.
But that breath hits you first. His heart.
That's what I mean. If you got some
breath in the side of it, it hits you first. So
got
that's
some
why it's aesthetics.
If you got some like you come in the room and we not close and I'm like, why it stank already?
So like it stank from across the room.
Like if you threw that breath before you came in the room, I can't do that. But if you have just you just get a little stuff done. Go to the dentist, get a little whitening. You know, there's some at-home things you can do. You know, whatever. You know, just take care. Floss. Just floss and brush and go to the dentist. Honestly, you didn't even have to do like extra. Just if you're doing those things, great. You know, I just clearly braces for the second time. I care about teeth a lot, like for real.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, man, you
She's
gotta
so
get rid of
cute.
your passy. You have to for the teeth purposes. Okay, let's wrap this up because we've been going. What?
I just wanted to say, just reminder, like they don't have to be straight all the way.
Oh, okay.
Like they don't. I
Why
think
you
it's
still putting
cute.
your preferences out there.
Because I don't know. I'm just saying. I want to be clear because I think it's cute. Like you don't want everybody's smile to be. Yeah, I think that's cute. Yeah. I really do. Like because everybody's smile would be the same if it wasn't. Mm-hmm. But just take care of it.
So I want to wrap up real quick, but I want to ask, like, what are you currently reading? Only because I want to tell you what I'm currently reading or what I just got done reading. Yeah. While you're getting your book out your bag, I just got done reading Jeanette. What is Jeanette's name? From iCarly, she played Sam, Jeanette McCurdy. I just got done reading her, is it biography? And it's
an autobiography or a memoir. I don't know which category.
I don't know which category it is, but I read her book. The girl did go through some trauma, and it's called "I'm Happy My Mother Died." I'm happy my mom died. I'm gonna say this: I'm happy her mom died too, because the stuff that the girl talked about. Spoiler alert: the Black Girls Read Too book club on Facebook just totally hung me because they said I gave spoilers, but I really didn't. Because once you read this book, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I really ain't tell you nothing. I didn't." But I'm gonna just say this spoiler alert. I'm happy her mother died too. I cannot believe her mother got her involved in all that type of stuff. Totally shocked by some of the things like her mother was doing, like breast and pelvic exams up until the age of 17. The fuck, all this other stuff. But the girl shared her story. I'm happy she did. I'm happy she got some clarity. And honestly, if her mother was still alive, she'd probably be dead right now, honestly. Good book. And then good book, not as in mess. If you're here for some mess and for entertainment, then that's not what you're going to get. But it is definitely interesting. I thought it was a good book because she's talking about her trauma. She's talking about how she got involved in acting because it was not something she wanted to do. It was something her mother wanted her to do. And all this stuff is she has publicly talked about, so I'm not really spoiling it. But she's talked about how she get involved in things that happen at Nickelodeon and this and that. Like, it's just really good. And she's gotten the mental health therapy and thinks that she needed to get to this point. To be very self-aware and stuff. So it's just a really good book. And now I'm reading the sequel to Waiting to Exhale. What is it called? Anyway, just look up the sequel to Waiting to Exhale by Terry McMillan. That's what I'm reading right now. What are you reading?
Of Terry McMillan. Well, what I bought, because reading implies I've begun. Mm-hmm. Some girl, and I've seen it like 3 times, different people crying on TikTok with this book. It's called It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. It's fiction, and I'll let you know if it's good or not, if I can get to it. And that's another thing, you know, like I said, class started. I don't know. We're going to get to it if we can.
You might have to do do Audible and Hoopla.
It's like, because what I'm reading is...
because I don't have time to sit. The only time I had time to sit down and read a book, and I didn't realize it, was when I was on the cruise ship. And it wasn't until I got there, I was like, damn, I could have had a book. Like, I really had time to sit and read.
On there.
On a cruise ship?
Yeah.
Girl, you know, I was on the deck and in the food places, in the bars, in the bed.
They have a library,
that was it.
And they have an art gallery. They have all kinds of
I
stuff.
walked through the art gallery a couple times. I said, well, no, that to me. The art gallery I went through.
They have all of that. But what I'm actually reading is
a textbook?
It's psychology statistics. That's what I'm reading. and American, my gimme, I call it a gimme class. It's not really a gimme because it's like shit due all the time, multiple times a week. The workload is demanding, but it's like it's a political science class. But it's not math, so I consider it
interesting.
Something different. But anyway, yeah, that's it.
You see my face? My face says painful, but interesting.
If I could get through like 10 pages of this before I go to bed, or 5 pages,
okay.
You know, just keep it by the bed.
Just something. Mm-hmm. In the bathroom.
Just because I kept seeing how good this
keep
book
it in
is.
the bathroom.
There's also...
What is it? I'll put it on my hoop.
It Ends With Us. There's also another book that I want to read. that came across my desk twice within 24 hours. And so I feel like when stuff like that happens, I feel like I'm supposed to have it. I'm supposed to read it. It's an Ayanla book. It is, and it's called In the Meantime. And let me tell you, the first time it came across my desk, and I say that like the proverbial desk or whatever, I was watching Sister. And how likely is it, like, and they were talking about, Lisa was having like a book club meeting, and that's the book that they were talking about. And I was like, they're talking about Ayanla? Like, Ayanla fixed my life? Like, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot she had like a career like prior to Fix My Life and things like that. I didn't know much about her before that. Also, I was mad young. And so they mentioned that book specifically. And then I get on TikTok and, you know, I'm scrolling, you know, death scrolling or whatever. And somebody's like, y'all, if y'all have not read this book, it's an oldie but goodie. And it's by Ayanla. I know some of y'all don't like her. But, you know, she was like, there was times in here where I had to put it down because it felt like she was talking about me.
Really? I want to read it.
Yes.
I started in the morning. Okay, you know, I said I get up between 3 and 6. I'm up anywhere between those times. Well, during those times where I'm doing housework or I'm doing, he's probably playing that Madden, doing housework or whatever, I'm listening to a self-help type book or whatever. And like right now I'm listening to Woman Evolve by Sarah Jakes Roberts. I just said like I need to have some time where I'm like developing myself, you know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to stuff like that, but I'll listen to whatever book that is you're talking about. I'll add that to my list.
I need to
during
put it
that
on
time.
my little Amazon thing, and I need to get hard copies because I listen to Mad Mouse podcast. So,
see, my thing is like I listen to the audiobooks and stuff because like I said, I don't have time to sit and read, but it's like I still want that. If it's a good book, I probably will go out and still buy the hard copy checks for, you know, to have keepsake type deal.
I need to let go of some of my bookshelf.
Well, my bookshelf over here behind me on my left corner, like I'm probably going to turn that into like an inventory shelf, honestly. So I'm gonna go through that and see what books I actually do want, because I do have some hardbacks and stuff in there and some books that were gifts. But anyway, yeah, what was the name of that book you were just talking about that was on Sister?
I don't know what that was, but
okay.
That sounds.
We'll find it.
I think it was called In the Meantime.
By Ayanla.
In the Meantime book.
Okay.
It literally is what I googled. In the Meantime, yep, Iyanla Van Zant. Is it Iyanla or Ayanla? It's finding yourself.
Okay.
Finding yourself, like it's like in between being single or it's not even just that. It's like in between transitions, like maybe this job transitions or you're in between. It's being in between. It's being in between.
Okay.
For what they were saying. It's like what you have to do and things like that. And come on, Ayanla.
You silly. Okay, so let's wrap it up. You got any last words, any last thoughts?
Boats and hoes. Okay, I'm sorry.
Chardonnay is absolutely amazing, and I love my little person, Zipporah Davenport. I love you. Yeah. All right, y'all. Stream us everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram.
Yes, a Daydreamers podcast.
Check us out on Pinterest.
Yes.
Share and like, okay?
And email us. We still have not received. Y'all, look. All right now.
Just email us and say what's up. I mean, like,
email
us what you're reading. DM us.
We need reviews.
Like, any reviews you can. We didn't play the audio clips before the audio messages.
No episode to have no reviews, but that's not the point. The point is.
Like, let us know. We're totally reachable, y'all. At least right now, because don't get it twisted. We will blow up one day. So right now, just like reach out and touch, because we're touchable right now.
And then like you know, leave if you have a question, like you want us to answer a question or something, like put it in the comments or whatever, and like we can do that. We can do that. We really like interacting with y'all because you know the podcast world can be a little lonely if we don't get feedback from y'all. We know y'all listening because like we see y'all listening.
We see y'all,
but like say something. You know, don't be rude. Speak like
right. Hey, like you just gonna stare.
Just say good morning.
Okay.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Oh
okay.
yeah. TikTok, a Daydreamers podcast. TikTok,
Pinterest.
Zippy Loves Ragnar.
Yes.
TikTok. Ooh, I forgot your
KHD Studios.
KHD Studios.
And then my TikTok is Love Erin AD as it is on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Yeah.
KHD Studios. That's right. Okay. Bye, y'all.
Bye.